Hey everybody, welcome to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana, Dan Fates in Kansas City. Please make sure to like you liked or loved this game, comment, and go ahead and comment.
The audio's fixed, guys.
Yes, we did that. And subscribe. Go ahead to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. What a night. What a game. What a night here in Kansas City. I don't think it was the game we expected, but it still ended up being a great game.
Both offenses open up, marching down the field, but turning the ball over. For the first half, kind of boring for the most part, Mike, but then should we start at the end?
Yeah, let's go right to the end.
Yeah.
Big players making big plays. Let's start with Von Miller, because he was great the entire game, but that sack on Mahomes after he had made the tackle on Mahomes earlier in the drive before, holding him to a field goal, that sack was huge, got the Bills the ball back for the game-winning drive.
He's underpaid. His contract, he's worth more than what he's doing. It was, Sean McDermott said after the game that you could feel him. Even when he wasn't making plays or tackles, you felt him on the field. He called him phenomenal. And we know Sean McDermott doesn't hand out compliments to individual guys like that. So he was dynamic. He was everything that the Bills wanted for games like this. Big moments, big games, playing big time.
Yeah, he can get sacks. You know that. He can get the quarterback, but he's also aware. You know, he was joking about trying to tackle Mahomes and just the way Mahomes goes. But I love the fact somebody asked him, do you change the way you approach things? And typical of Von, he's like, well, first of all, he talked about, I don't know all the defenses and everything.
I wear 40. They tell me to rush.
Yeah,
that was
that's what he does. And even on Mahomes. But you got to be smart on Mahomes. You have to be a great athlete like Von is, but you got to be smart. So he makes that play, and the Bills get the ball. And it's just so set up, you know, for him to make a drive. And that last drive was phenomenal.
Questionable play calling, I thought, in the second half, but Josh Allen made up for all of it down the stretch. I thought it was phenomenal what he did on 4th and 1, where the Bills have struggled time and time again. He just said, give me the ball, I'm going to get us the yard. And then to continue to drive down the field, very telling, hurdles another defender, just does everything that you can, willing his team down the field to win.
Does he plan the hurdles?
He says no. And he says he's also unfazed by them now. He says he's no longer surprised about them.
So I asked Sean McDermott about it, and he laughed, and then he said, yeah, he should have not gotten out of bounds.
Should have stayed in bounds.
He kind of should have, but I think we'll forgive him. You've seen it. It's such a spectacular play to set him up, but he's moving him down the field. You know a field goal to tie, but they know they want the touchdown. And he goes to Knox here. He showed faith in all of his wide receivers, but to get the ball to Knox, a guy who hadn't had a touchdown, who hadn't had that many big plays so far this year, in a huge moment, he came through.
There's, some things are bigger than sports, and we know what Dawson has been through and the struggles that he has gone through this season. For him to come up and make that catch, Stephon Diggs said in the locker room, that just meant a lot to them. And for Josh to trust him and again, it's easy to say, well, you make that catch. That's an unreal throw by Josh into a tight window, and then you still got to make the catch through all the traffic. So hats off. It was just a phenomenal play that we've become accustomed to seeing on this field from Josh.
Yeah, Josh Allen in his last 3 games against the Chiefs, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Is that good?
The other guy's a great player. And we're not going to downgrade Mahomes to make Josh sound great, because Mahomes is unbelievable. But he had 2 picks in this game, bad one in the end zone, and with the ball in his hand. And I'm calling you, Nick. We try to get Nick right on the show. I'm saying to you, Nick, in a big moment, Josh Allen got the touchdown in this game, and Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. Allen, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions, an ungodly amount of yards, over 1,000, rushed for almost 200, and no turnovers.
Yeah, that was it. Again, fumbles with Isaiah McKenzie, the miscommunication early on, but it just seemed like he got more confident. And Mike, we talked about big plays, big moments in this game that swung momentum. Late in the first half, backed up on their own 1-yard line, 3rd and 11, and Ken Dorsey goes to let Josh throw the ball. He could have done a QB sweep. He could have ran a draw play like he did later in the game that was terrible. But he went and trusted Josh, and that play then sprung a Diggs catch, which then led to a Gabe Davis catch, which then gave them the lead. But they eventually, Chiefs did their thing.
I thought that play was huge. I tried to ask Josh about it. There's so many plays in the game.
It was great.
He's like, was it that play or this play? Like, no, you were in your own end zone. I should have said own. memo to Mike, make sure you say own end zone. And he runs around, and I tweeted that he looked pissed off when he threw that ball.
Yeah.
He rifles it, first down. If you don't make that play, they're getting it back, likely to score, because they did score later, maybe to get a touchdown and get the ball to start the second half. Instead, the Bills get their first score, and then they go down on the field. Now, you mentioned McKenzie. Rough night for him.
Yep.
I don't know what happened on that first play. We didn't get a chance to really ask about it. On the fumble, Josh pitches it to him. He looked like he wasn't looking for the ball, so he doesn't come up with it, then he kicks it. Bad play, but that could have been on both of them. But other plays for McKenzie, he's in the end zone. Looked like he tripped over his own feet and didn't make the catch. That was not good. Was on a fourth down. And then on the pass play with Allen, he made a great move. Got to catch the ball. And I know he's coming off the concussion, and he's made big plays for this team, but that could have they were big plays at the time, and he's got to make those.
Yeah, and that's where you go back to just Josh covering up all these things. We didn't even get a chance to ask him about the fumble on the opening drive where they looked at they were marching down the field and like, well, this is just what it's going to be. And then after the fumble, I thought, well, they'll just march down the field again, and it wasn't easy. It was a struggle again. Now they ran the ball well.
They did.
In the first half. Devin Singletary was phenomenal. Vision, patience, burst. See, I can be objective, and I can say that they can run the ball when it works.
When it works, yes. And it was effective.
It didn't work in the
And
second half.
I think the Chiefs sort of gave them a defensive look that made the run, so take advantage of it. Again, a wise man once said, you need to be able to run in certain circumstances and be effective. Come on. I said that to you. You need to be, they're giving you the run. Take the run, get the yardage. And they did. But when it came time, come on, it was Allen. I want to go back to defense again. There was a stretch. Chiefs got the ball when they kicked the field goal to take the lead. Matt Milano, phenomenal play to force third down. He gets Mahomes when he's running down the left side, and then Von Miller trips him up. If Von Miller doesn't make that play, it's definitely a first down, and they may be going in for a touchdown.
That play felt like 20 seconds in real life, and you could have added the Benny Hill music because Mahomes was literally doing circles as Bills players were falling all over themselves. And again, who makes the play but number 40? But again, Milano had a couple of really nice plays. Shaky plays from DeMar Hamlin. I thought Saran Neal had kind of a rough game. A lot of penalties. Tons of flags in the first half, and then they swallowed them all in the second.
Yeah, they did. Look, there were bad calls for both teams. I thought a few more against the Bills, but they got a break. I'm surprised they called that pass interference on Kelsey.
I didn't think that was that much.
He did.
I agree.
But technically it was. But come on, they don't ever call anything on Kelsey, and then they call that, and that was a big. That took them back.
You had a good tweet.
Oh yeah, I said the refs aren't supposed to call that against Travis Kelsey. He is unbelievable. That guy is an incredible. They are great players, and the Bills came here and beat them. We know it's more than. Look, they're supposed to tell us it's just another win. They do realize that last year they came here and won in the regular season, blew some other games, cost them the home field. Right now, I think that's on their mind. They may not say it. When they get in these other games against teams they should beat, you got to remember, you work so hard to win this game. Don't give it away. You've got the advantage in the standings. You've got the advantage head-to-head. This was bigger than just another game.
It was, and also I think the mindset to come back here to the site of 13 seconds and to do this and to win. Hey, by the way, guys, Bills can win one-score games. How about that?
Yeah, they've done 2 in a row now, and this one was even better. There were so many big plays. And by the way, Kansas City still got points at the end of the half. That was 16 seconds on the kickoff. Then it was 12. At that point, they got to work on their under 20-second defense here a bit because I didn't like the way they played that, and then he makes the 62-yarder. But you know what? At the time, it looked like something. It's a footnote now because the Bills ended up winning the game.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Kansas City was a good trip for the Bills. Now, relax next week. You get a little bit of a break. You get to watch everybody else, hope for some losses in the division and then the conference, and see what happens for the Bills. All right, that's going to do it for us from here in Kansas City. For Dan Fates, I'm Mike Catalana. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Buffalo Plus.